Hey guys, Voinski here, special little guest.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, and today we're actually going to be talking about a beginner's guide to keto. I know so many people, whether it's because they've started seeing that their friends are doing a ketogenic diet or whether they've watched documentaries like The Magic Pill, which I totally recommend you checking out. So many things right now are getting the keto diet information out there and people want to hop on, but I know it can seem really daunting, like you need to know a lot of information before jumping on to keto. So Allie, just really quick, and this is, we're going to ask the kids, we're going to get like the basic rudimentary thoughts. What do you think a keto diet is? Like, what does it mean?
You have to stay off carbs and not eat too much and gain less weight.
Okay, so you're cutting your carbs down to really low, which means your sugars, your flours, all those types of things, glucose, and one of the results is that you will lose weight, because basically what's going to happen, ketogenic diet is high fat, moderate protein, low carb. And what you're going to do is you're going to transition your body from burning glucose to burning fat. So right now, if you're eating a regular standard American diet and you are eating lots of sugar, lots of carbs, your body isn't even touching any of the stored fat that you have because it's too busy burning all that sugar that you ate throughout the day. So that's why you're not losing any weight. Make sense? Okay. So for those of you that already know that and you're like, okay, so now how do I get started? You need to know what your percentages for your macros are. What are your macros? You're gonna hear that a lot. It's fat, protein, carbohydrates, and then you might even hear micros. Micros are micronutrients, and those are all the tiny little things that you get from your vegetables, your vitamins, your fibers, all those types of things. We are focused on macros: fat, protein, and net carbs. What is a net carb? Net carbs are your carbs, total carbs, and then you'll subtract out fiber and you'll subtract out any sugar alcohols. So fiber and sugar alcohols, I really just do my net carbs by subtracting the fiber, because fiber is good for you. You want that, so you don't need to count that towards your carbs. So those are your net carbs. That's how you're going to count it out. I have a whole playlist on my channel for you, Beginner's Guide to Keto, and it has how to use the Carb Manager app to track your macros. It also has how to eat less carbs. What does that mean as you start off? How to count your calories on keto, how to increase your fat intake, how to not eat as much protein. That's a huge problem. If that's a problem you're having right now as you get started, it's normal. We think that we need to always have a protein, chicken, meat, fish, or something with our meal, with each individual meal throughout the day. You don't. You actually don't need to do that. And the amount of protein you're eating is probably too much. You probably just need to cut it in half. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is understand your macros and your percentages. I do 70% fat, 20% protein, 10% carbs. If you want to go really strict, you can make the carbs 5%, and then you can actually do 75% fat and 25% protein, and then I think you have the 5% carbs, something like that. Some people do lazy keto, where they actually will eat more carbs than what I just said before. But really, one of the great things is to keep your carbs under 30 grams a day and use an app to track it. I use an app called Carb Manager. You can use MyFitnessPal, whatever you need to use. You want to understand your macros. You want to get an app or something that you can use to help you track that in the beginning. You want to track everything that you're eating, because not only as you track it will your body obviously get the benefits of switching into a keto diet, but as you track, you're teaching yourself, you're educating yourself as to what kinds of foods and how much of those foods you should be eating throughout the day. You should also grab yourself, you can do it in the Carb Manager app, or you can grab yourself a journal and meal plan. I know it sounds so annoying and just like work to have to meal plan, but if you do this in the beginning and you learn and you set yourself up correctly, it's going to be so much better for you. So you're going to want a meal plan. Go ahead and the day before, even if you do it day by day, the night before, write out what you're going to eat the next day, put it in your app, track it, and you'll get to see where you're at before you even start your day. So when you wake up on a Monday morning after having done this Sunday night, you're not worried about what am I going to eat today. It's already planned out for you. It's done. You know your macros are on point and you're great. Now, I will say this, especially as you're transitioning, you need to drink a ton of water. You need to drink so much water. As you transition, you actually could dehydrate yourself. So you want to drink a ton of water, which means you also need to be getting your electrolytes. And your electrolytes are sodium, magnesium, and potassium. You can get electrolyte tablets from Amazon for like $8 or something. You can get this by the foods that you're eating. I get my sodium through Himalayan sea salt. I get magnesium through a vitamin. I take 250 milligrams a day of magnesium. And then I do also get my potassium from food. I get them from my avocados that I eat. So those are really important. If you start to get headaches, if you start to go what's called the keto flu, that's in my playlist as well. You can go check that out, and how to avoid the keto flu, how to deal with it. If you start to get headaches, it's because you're getting dehydrated and your electrolytes are being flushed out and you need to replenish them. So that's why you need to keep drinking lots of water. You're gonna wanna salt all your food, and you really wanna get those electrolytes up. So you wanna understand your macros, you want a meal plan so that you can get them set up correctly, and you wanna make sure that you're drinking lots of water with all your electrolytes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So all those things, plus all the information about fats, proteins, carbs, all of that is in the playlist that I created for you guys. This is just a simple beginner's guide to keto, okay? So if you have more questions about it, go ahead and pop it into the comment section. I can show you even which videos you should check out, because the answers are out there for you. And I'm so excited as you start this. So if you've liked this, go ahead, hit the like button, go ahead and subscribe, hit the bell so you can get notified. You can also subscribe and follow to that playlist, the keto guide for beginners, and you'll be able to get all the information that will help you just get set up on the right track so you can avoid keto flu, or if you get it, you can learn how to deal with it. You don't get dehydrated. You can get your macros set up correctly. You can transition well from burning glucose to instead burning fat, and that will make all the difference for you. I'm so excited for you guys. Enjoy.